Alright, what's up everybody? It's waba. I wanted to give you guys a little rundown on Shockwave Totem in 2.1 for the Talisman League. I am going to be playing Shockwave Totem in Talisman League, and I'm very excited to do it because Shockwave Totem inexplicably got some buffs. Shockwave Totem now deals 20% more damage at level 1 and has up to an increase of 10% damage by level 20. This is beyond me. I don't necessarily know why. Shockwave Totem damage was already pretty nice. I guess you could argue that Shockwave Totem damage is a little bit of lacking while leveling, but this is more due to the AoE. So this does help it a little bit for leveling, and I myself, along with a few other people, Carverushku is another person that's going to be doing this. I believe we are going to be leveling his Shockwave Totem. I think he's going to be doing it as aggressively as possible at level 38. I'm probably going to be doing a little bit more freeform, probably somewhere between level 40 to 45, whenever I feel nice. But let's go ahead and talk about the passive tree now. Now, the passive tree for Shockwave Totem is pretty much the same. It's going to have the same shape as it did before. You're going to be going from Witch. You're going to be starting Witch and heading over to Templar. And then you're going to be heading back over to Shadow. First is go over the Templar area. Templar area, exactly the same. Coming through, Mind Over Matter, Jewel Socket, Quick Recovery, yada yada yada. Now, I have recently decided to drop Sanctity because you don't really need the strength with this pathing. You don't need the strength for the Shockwave Totem. But if you do not want, to have only 0.8% life regen, you can grab this. This is just preference. But for me, I'm not going to be using it. I don't really think you need it because, with the theme of a Mind Over Matter caster, if you run out of energy shield, you're going to be backing off anyway. And most likely, if you ran out of energy shield, you're going to be backing off from the fight anyway, and you don't really need this regen to be so high. But that's personal preference. But we're going to be going through the AoE nodes down to Elementalist. We're going to pick up Light of Divinity. Cast speed is... this time around when I'm playing Shockwave Totem, I'm going to make so much more of an emphasis on cast speed. Cast speed is so amazing for Shockwave Totem. It's really what's going to allow you to just deal some really insane damage. You go through Devotion up to Ancestral Bond. We're going to grab Purity of Flesh. And now this isn't allocated right now, but this is something that you would grab at a higher level. Not so much right now. As for Zealot's Oath, I do actually 100% recommend not using Zealot's Oath, just because you don't get enough regen. As you can see, you'd only have 0.8, maximum 1.8% life regen. I guess you could get more if you went over to Templar, but that's quite a bit. You're only getting 1.8% life regen for 2k energy shield. And the last time I checked, that's only 36 energy shield per second. And last time I checked, Shockwave Totem is a lot more than 36 energy shield. So yeah, this is not really worth it in my opinion. This is only good if you don't cast a Shockwave Totem for 5+ seconds. But you know what happens at 5+ seconds? Your energy shield regen kicks in. So it would almost be wasted. I do not recommend Zealot's Oath anymore, but if you really want it, you can do it. We're still grabbing Shaman's Dominion. We're still grabbing this life node. We are coming through. And then back over to the Shadow part. Throat Seeker is another one that we will be grabbing at later levels. But right now, this is at 113 points. This is already like level 91. So, yeah. The one thing that did actually change from the last one, and maybe other people were already doing this, but this is something that I'm going to be doing now, is that I'm going to be picking up Melding. And the biggest reason is because Melding will also give you access to this Jewel Socket, and jewels are amazing, and you could get some really sick jewels for Shockwave Totem. So yeah, grabbing Melding now instead of before. You could, or my old thought process was like, okay, well, this is 5 points for 15% life, right? And this is 4 points for 16% life. But all the mana here is absolutely wasted. And yeah, before we wouldn't even grab this node because you didn't need it. Now you kind of do because the area nodes did change a little bit. But yeah, back to melding. We are grabbing melding, and I think the biggest reason for this is because it gives you access to that jewel socket. Everything else over here, though, is pretty much the same, except for this wonky region. People have been complaining about this a lot, but you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. This nullification, this new form of nullification is good for Shockwave Totem. All right? It's good for Shockwave Totem. It's going to help you a little bit with your resist. It's going to give you a little bit more energy shield, a little bit more evasion. You're most likely going to be running a Carcass Jack, which has a 700 evasion on it. And you know what? Nullification is pretty good for Shockwave Totem. And you're going to use this as a part of your pathing to come down here and pick up Fangs of the Viper. This is 100% only for the physical damage. And then you're going to come through and pick up Will of Blades for the crit. And again, you're going to use this pathing to Blood Drinker. And yeah, I mean, other than that, it's all pretty much the same. It's all pretty much the same. You're still grabbing Rin and Blood, clearly, and getting Doomcast. And yeah, I mean, Shockwave Totem didn't really get too many changes in the way of the passive tree, but it did get buffs. So I look forward to playing Shockwave Totem because it's just going to be a little bit better. Now, in regards to Talisman League, I think Shockwave Totem, one of the reasons why I think Shockwave Totem is going to be so strong is, outside of the buffs, is because it's going to be able to do a lot of content. I'm actually, right now, you can see there is a clip of me doing Itziri, and this was one of the first times I ever did Itziri on Shockwave Totem. And while my Shockwave Totem is pretty well geared, I'm sitting with a 27k DPS unbuffed Shockwave Totem. I was able to do Itziri for the first time ever, deathless. This video does get a little rough, though, in the Itziri split phase, but that's just more because I do not know the mechanics of the fight. I'm going to be practicing it in standard, but yeah, I was able to do Itziri deathless, and this is something I'm most likely going to be doing in Talisman League. So I'm really hoping that the new boss, Rigwald, for Talisman League, I'm hoping that its difficulty is on par with Itziri or a little bit lower, so I could justify doing it as Shockwave Totem. And yeah, Shockwave Totem, it's in a pretty good spot. My guides actually still do work because the pathing, as I said, is pretty much the same. All you're really losing on this side of the tree is you're losing a little bit of crit. And in all honesty, this is probably something that you could drop. This Will of Blades right here. And, you just have to kind of consider your options and everything. As for people who are wondering about power charges, I just don't really think power charges are worth it. They're a hassle to maintain as a totem character. Most people who played a totem build know that managing power charges using totems is kind of a pain in the ass. Now, if you have a group with, and this is something that I've said in one of my other videos, if you have a group and one of your players is conduit and is supporting you guys and is giving you power charges, more power to you, literally, quite literally. But if you want a build that is just like plug and play, just, grab and go, don't grab the power charges. Just get all the crit. This is why I actually would eventually grab this over here and grab this, because honestly, it's just not worth the hassle. Not worth the hassle at all. So yeah, guys, good luck in the Talisman League. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I look forward to playing it. You can catch me on twitch.tv/wabacha if you have any questions about Shockwave Totem. There is another version of this in here, right here. I'll go over this in another video or after I play it. This is the 5 jewel version. This is the 4 jewel version. But again, this is what I'm suggesting now. Non-Zealot's Oath, no Sanctity, Shockwave Totem. Apparently that means I gotta go. Have a good one, and good luck.
Scaling my damage with Poison Arrow has been simple.
Being held prisoner on the top of Trinity Tower. I think the super mutants plan on eating me.
Shut the fuck up. Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Build of the Week is a video series that showcases interesting character builds created by Path of Exile.